Duke of Edinburgh has again been making flying visits to the flooded areas on England's east coast. Indeed, the close and continuous personal interest taken by the royal family has been as encouraging as it is typical. Meanwhile, down at Purfleet, the situation had improved, and it was now possible to begin drying out furniture and belongings. That white mark shows where the water reached at the height of the flood, and Her Majesty, who had earlier visited the east coast, now came down here to make a personal inspection and to meet some of those who'd been flooded out. She went to Tilbury as well during her prolonged tour of places in Essex and Kent that had suffered severely in the great disaster. Indeed, Her Majesty made a point of getting a close-up of the state of affairs in this southern area. She talked with many of those involved in the calamity and with the people working so hard to put things right. Mablethorpe in Lincolnshire was one of the places visited by the Duke, who toured the district. He also spent some time at nearby Sutton, where Operation Aftermath, as you might call it, was in full swing. Further south, the Duke had a close look at damage done and work in progress on the Suffolk Coast. Obviously quite at home in a variety of small craft during his tour, His Royal Highness saw for himself the problems to be faced. When someone got his boots stuck in the mud, the Duke suggested he should make a good picture. Sandbags by the million had been used to stop innumerable breaches in the sea defences, and now sandbags were getting short. But help was promptly forthcoming from many countries, including Denmark. Danish skymasters flew in many tons of them to Waterbeach in Cambridgeshire. But the crisis was not yet over. Sea defences had been hastily built up, but a great deal depended on the weather, and there were higher tides expected. It was still uncertain whether the sea would break through again. A tremendous job had been done, but it was clearly still a case of touch and go. Good news from Sheerness Dockyard, where the